should have just stayed in the
Well,
little.
tell me this, why don't they put the Bible in chronological order?
Somebody
You can get
did.
it, you can get it.
Oh, I know you can get it, but you go and you pick up any King James and you're gonna see these books all put in there the same exact way.
Yes, that's
Unless
because,
you specifically buy one that's put in order. I have one that's in order, but I'm just wondering, why are they arranged the way they're arranged?
well, here's why. Because if you look at the book of Kings, and you look at the book of Chronicles, which Chronicles comes right after Kings, and you look at the book of 1st and 2nd Samuel, at one time it was called 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Samuel. Then one time it was called 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th Kings. But it's 1st, 2nd Samuel, 1st, and 2nd Kings. But at the same time, the minor prophets and the major prophets were writing in the book of Kings. To me, is like is a major thing in the Old Testament. You take the first 5 books of the Bible and take the book of Kings, and you can really plot out the Old Testament. But if you take Isaiah didn't just minister to one guy. He ministered to several kings. You got Daniel ministering to several kings in several kingdoms. And so you have to chop them up to put them in chronological order. So if you get a chronological Bible, it's not just going to have Genesis, Exodus, blah, blah. It's going to have, you're going to have stuff chopped up. Because the books have to be chopped up to be chronological. And so when they were canonizing the Bible, they looked at how it made sense. And it did make sense the way they put it together. It wasn't necessarily chronological as far as... Right, they couldn't chop the book up.
Yeah.
So if they chopped the book up, they would have the books chopped all to pieces, and it would look like, a big old mess.
Hot mess.
Yeah, a hot mess. And so you got to put in the best order. You got to put in the best order without chopping the books up.
Right.
So what was the first real book actually written?
Job.
Job?
Job is the oldest book of the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
Job is the oldest book of the Bible, and he talks a lot about creation. He talks about the stars and stuff. He also talks about dinosaurs. I mean, Job talks about a lot of stuff.
Talks
But
about dinosaurs?
Yeah, behemoth.
yeah, so Job is the oldest book. That's probably why Moses didn't talk a whole lot about it when he wrote the book of Genesis. Moses wrote Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and I forgot
Numbers.
Numbers, yeah, I forgot Numbers. He wrote those. He wrote the first 5 books of the Bible, which is called the Pentateuch. And then the other prophets started writing other things.
Who wrote Joshua?
Well, here's where you get here. It all depends if you listen to a liberal professor or you're listening to a conservative professor. Conservative professor says Joshua wrote Joshua. A liberal professor will try to tell you how everybody else wrote it. We had a liberal professor come in to us on New Testament survey to 25 experienced pastors and told us that John didn't write John, and that Luke didn't write Luke, and Matthew didn't write Matthew, and blah, 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 blah. And we all just raised our hand. And we said, where are you getting your information? He said, well, I just got my master's degree from this liberal university. And we said, we need to go back and get your money back. And he said, what's wrong? He said, if you're going to teach this, we're not coming back to class. We're paying good money for a degree. And we're not going to, and we told him that. The next time he came, he threw down that liberal Bible college and gone back to his Church of God Bible college, which was conservative. And he even brought his notes from then on out, so we didn't have to even take notes. He had them already written out for us. And from that time on, we had a good time. But that first 1 or 2 classes, because he went wild on us. And again, he was trying to show his knowledge. Don't show me your knowledge. I don't want to know how much you know. I want to know how much you care. That's what I want to do. And God can take care of the rest. Did I answer your question? Okay. Now, next question.
He wrote Revelation also.
John wrote Revelation also. John, here's the cool thing about Revelation. John, according to history and tradition, John was boiled in oil. They tried to get rid of him. They boiled him in oil, and he wouldn't burn. So they gouged his eyes out and stuck him on the Isle of Patmos. And what's so cool is, even with his eyes gouged out on the Isle of Patmos, God gave him a vision of the last days. That's pretty cool. I'd hate to be in his shoes or his sandals, but the same time, I think it's awesome that God showed him Revelation with his eyes gouged out. And he wrote it. That's just amazing.
Wasn't Job the one that saw the chariots? Or
This
was
is,
that someone else?
what kind of chariots?
The chariots of fire around them in the sky.
Ezekiel.
But no, that's what I'm saying, is you got Ezekiel, then saw it, and you got,
Oh.
and you got,
Yeah.
well, you also, Elijah went up
Yeah.
in a chariot, and Elisha saw chariots, and so it all depends on who you want to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, next question.